Hey guys, welcome to Monday Night Metals. It's just me tonight. Oh, but wait a minute. I've got somebody with me. Dub C from Dub C's Coins and Stuff. He's got
Whatever stuff.
on it.
Hey, everybody.
What's happening, Dub? How are you tonight?
I am doing great. It's been a crazy last couple of weeks, but things are starting to slow down just a little bit, catching my breath, and thrilled that I was able to shoot that really short video for tonight and also be here with you.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for making the time to be on our show. Unfortunately, Vegas is not with us tonight. He is spending time with family out up in Indiana, I should say, from him. Yeah, he's spending time with his brother and family and enjoying himself, and God bless on that.
Good deal. Happy to be here. Pure Metals, good to see you. Nash, always good to see you. FG Stacker, Matt Wingay, OC Stacker. We've got Mishy Stacker. We've got Sir Sloth. Good to see everybody. Thank you, everybody, especially people who are drifting over from that really brief video tonight that I did about the new Army privy marked Silver Eagle. So what's on the agenda, Blue Collar? What are we talking about tonight?
Well, listen, you know this show. We don't have an agenda, man. We just roll with it. We go with the flow. We talk about aliens. We talk about Engelhard bars, whatever comes up,
I like the Engelhard. So you've got one of those interesting pressed bars. It looks like a P prefix on the right.
Yep.
And then you've got an 11th series bar. It looks like they're on the left also.
Correct. That one on the right came from the Vegas show in February.
Nice. Okay.
And this one here came from the Fun show in January.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you pay much of a premium for them?
Absolutely no premium on either one of them. This one I got for $330 walking out the door.
Okay.
This one I think I paid $340 for.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, pretty good. And this one here, this A-Mark bar, which I got, oh man, I think I got this maybe 2 months ago during one of the last dips. Got that for Melt, $330.
Wow. So you had gotten a little bit heavy into silver dollars recently. Was that primarily for your sales, your online sales, or was that for your own benefit?
Well, no, I pick some off. I keep some. I've been buying some like slab pieces. I actually put out a little video today. Been kind of picking stuff off on whatnot. I know this is probably not really up your alley because it's not a high quality coin. And I thought about you when I bought it. I was like, Dub would say definitely get a 65. Don't waste your money on a 62. But I mean,
it's an attractive coin. That is an example of a coin that I don't feel has been cleaned. You can see the cartwheel on it.
Yep.
ICG is not terrible. A lot of people say ICG is the same as raw. I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
Especially the newer generation of ICG. B. Taylor, good to see you. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight. I feel like I should be representing the team here, even though I know Vegas is usually here.
Oh yeah, no, consider yourself a co-host. Absolutely. You're not a guest.
There's nothing wrong with an ICG. I've busted out an ICG, sent it to NGC. In this case, it was a $20 gold piece. And I sent it in, and it was a 62 through ICG, if I remember correctly, and it came back as 63, or maybe it was a 64 and it came back as 63. There's nothing wrong with that. If the old expression is to buy the coin and not the slab,
right?
What you have there is an uncirculated Morgan dollar. Nothing wrong with that. If you didn't pay much of a premium as just an uncirculated silver dollar, then you did fine. And there is at least a tiny little bit of a benefit of having a piece in a slab like that.
Yeah, no doubt. And you could see from the receipt, I paid $45 for it.
I mean, that's exactly right. That's a good pickup. I would have no problem with that.
Yeah, and that's what I've been doing, basically picking off good deals here and there for keepers, for stuff that I want to keep for myself.
Sure.
But yeah, have I been buying Morgan dollars to sell? Absolutely. Been buying a lot of them. I probably bought about 400 Morgan dollars over the last 4 months.
Ouch. That's a lot of Morgan dollars. If you're making some money on it, I guess it's good.
Yeah, some of them I turned over kind of quickly. Made $3 a piece on them, which ain't a lot of money, but it's not bad to pick up $100, drive them across town, and make $3 on them. So
No, and especially if you're able to use that money to feed your own habit and buy pieces, you're essentially getting a nice coin for free doing that.
exactly, yeah.
I
Yeah, and I
was
did actually do that. I went and I did that kind of a deal just like that. And then I went and bought a 78 8 tail feather in mint state condition, raw, which is on its way to CAC as we speak.
nice. Okay.
Yeah, so I just sent in, I think it was 21 coins. One of them was actually Vegas's coin that I had picked up from my coin shop, and I sold it to him through Whatnot. He bought it off me on Whatnot. And I looked at it after the fact, and I was like, dude, you better get that thing graded. He sent it back to me, and I sent it into CAC. So we'll see. It's a 28S. It's not the greatest year, but it is semi-key date. And if it comes back in mint state, it's worth a couple $100.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why not?
nothing wrong with that. That experience is valuable too, as long as you're not blowing a ton of money on slabbing. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, definitely not. So that's your U.S. Army privy.
That's the Army privy that we just talked about in tonight's little brief.
Wait,
Almost
let me make you full size here. Hold on. Okay, you are full size. Is that a face reveal? No,
no,
not quite.
That's a camera reveal, hopefully.
It is, yeah.
So there's the privy, and we had somebody ask a question if that was lasered on. I don't believe so. I'm actually grabbing my loop right now just to make sure that I'm not telling fibs. In the meantime, good to see everybody else joining me. T-Bird, joining us. I know you said something to me specifically, and I didn't get a chance to respond. Not lasered on. This is actually stamped into it. This is a minted piece, and they did a nice job with that. I really, this is not really my cup of tea. This is not something that I would typically pick up, but this is a well done piece. If anybody had any questions about the quality of it, it's all there. This is as good as you would expect it to be.
So is that part of the die, the original die, or is that something they added on after, like a mint mark kind of thing? Or
for this, I would assume that they're actually cutting dies that do have this privy mark in place.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's a beautiful coin, though.
It's a nice coin. They did a nice job with it, and that's the first proof of the newer style of eagle that I have.
Yeah, and it's not that much more than a regular proof eagle,
No, that's a good thing, a good comment, and I hadn't really been thinking about it. One of the reasons why I don't typically buy pieces from the mint is obviously because of the markup. Sometimes you buy something that is going to have some potential, and I've done that. I mentioned that in the live stream, or the premiere rather, that I've done that before many times in the past. There have been many issues that I've gotten from the mint that I've flipped immediately, and in some cases, as soon as I got the notification from the mint that my order was pending, I would do a pre-sale on eBay. It's been so long since I've done that, I'm not sure that that's even something that eBay allows anymore. You guys who are doing it right now can make a comment in the comment section. But the point is that this is not something that I really wanted to flip, but it's nice. This is a pretty nice piece. It's just that premium is so high.
Yeah.
If silver is $35 an ounce, whatever, and you're paying 110, it's not quite 3 times the silver value. Honestly, I'd probably rather have 3 ounces of silver, but every once in a while you got to do something like this.
Yeah, for sure. You got to treat yourself every once in a while. Why not?
Yep.
So yeah, you mentioned the pre-sale thing. Pure Metals Nash is in here. We put these little copper pieces on pre-sale. The only thing that you got to worry about is you kind of mess up your shipping statistics.
Sure.
If you put it on pre-sale and you don't ship it out for 3 or 4 days, kind of gets, messes up your stats on that. But we knew we were getting it like next day, so we put it on.
I don't have a problem with that. If you have to make apologies to somebody, when it's something that is selling like hotcakes, when you get lucky enough to buy something from the mint and you sneak in when the amount of people that are trying to get this piece is enormous, and then you promise it to somebody and you can't fulfill that, that's dangerous. I don't think that's good business ethics, and I don't think it's something I would want to do. But if something like that, when it's coming 24 hours later and you've got a good, relationship with the supplier or whatever, I don't think I have a problem with that.
Yeah, it was the situation was, we had tracking from UP. I mean, listen, it could not show up. That could happen.
Right, it could, but it sounded like you had your ducks in a row. Rob's Numismatic Archaeology asks, is it common for NGC to say a coin is in grading and then backtrack to say it's scheduled to be graded? Rob, it seems like I have experienced that before, but it seems like it was a really minor glitch in the system, like a few hours, not several days. So definitely keep checking. I know I've mentioned before that when I've got stuff sent in for grading, I'm obsessive compulsive about it. I'll check 10, 15 times a day.
Yeah. How long is NGC running for grading right now?
So I sent something in back in February, I think, and they were running 3 months for their economy, 3 months plus. So I want to say it was like 100 days. And I was able to get this piece sent in at a faster rate, a much faster rate, but obviously a little bit more money. And it got back to me in maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Oh, that's not bad.
It wasn't bad, but I paid more for it. But in this case, and I will be talking about that in an upcoming video, it was definitely worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the CAC, they have like a special category for US dollars, I think it is.
Yeah.
It's a, $15 for a US dollar. An additional $5 if you want photography, which of course, you definitely want that. And so for $20, it takes probably everything I sent in the last time, I had everything back within 3 weeks.
I think it's worth it. I mean, at 15 bucks a shot there, and that kind of turnaround, especially if you are getting better at grading and you know that your stuff is going to come back with the grades that you're expecting. I mean, don't just get kicked in the teeth and send in a bunch of stuff that's been cleaned or scratched or whatever. But if you've got pieces that you think, especially if it's the kind of material that you sell and whatnot, and you can get it with a CAC, slab, then you've doubled the price of the piece.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's one thing I've learned from watching guys like you is that not every coin deserves to be graded.
That's the truth. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, no, it's true because, you look at a coin and you're like, well, not you specifically, but me. I'll look at a coin and I'll say, damn, that's a nice coin. It's a beauty. But then they look at it and they're like, oh, no, it's been cleaned. It's this, it's that. It comes back 45,
Yeah.
So
it's a painful experience to do that. And I wasn't really sending stuff in as I was learning how to grade. That kind of predated my sending stuff in. But I think I'm good enough at it now that I'm rarely shocked when I get a grade back that's not right. I mean, I've probably been shocked more on the other side, something coming back even better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
But when you have anticipation, when you have expectation, and you send something off and you pay good money and have it come back a 45 or details, that sucks. That's not fun.
No, the details part definitely sucks, and CAC is rough, man.
They're definitely. I think they're more conservative than PCGS or NGC now. I think if experience tells us what to expect, they'll start loosening up at some point in the near future.
Well, we'll see. Actually, I kind of like that they're as tight as they are because their stuff definitely gets more respect and it brings more money.
I think the flip side of that is that people may stop using them. If they are so tight that they won't give the grades that people want, it's fine with a Morgan dollar. But if you're sending an 1804 $10 gold piece, this is a high dollar coin and you need it to have the best grade it possibly can, then the fear is that if they don't eventually start changing their grades a little bit, they'll be overlooked by people who want higher grades. And that's just something we've seen in the past. There have been a couple of really solid grading companies that have gone by the wayside because their grades were too severe, too strict.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see. CAC has a great reputation, and obviously Albanese knows what he's doing. So
yeah. Well, it's like when I look it up on the gray sheet, like if something comes back a 6.3 in CAC, it's the same price as a 6.4 in PCGS or NGC.
I think that's right now. That is definitely the case. It's an academic argument. Is it worth it to CAC to have that position? Are people gonna, if you've got a coin that you're not sure is the 63, are you going to send it to CAC or are you going to send it to NGC or PCGS? Are they going to be missing out on so many submissions that eventually they just don't, they don't have the business? I don't think that will be the case, but that is definitely the fear.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. They also seem to be, I don't know if you've looked at it recently, but I think they're actually the cheapest option out there. Not, leaving Annex and ICG out of the argument. Um, Between NGC and PCGS and CAC, I think CAC is actually the most economical option out there right now.
Well, it certainly sounds like it. If they're grading Morgans or silver dollars for $15 a pop, I mean, you can't beat that. Sure, why not?
Yeah, yeah. And then, like I said, definitely add the $5 for photography. You want to be able to, you want somebody to be able to hit that barcode, go on there and see the photographs of the actual coin.
Yep. I think it's probably worth it too. Although I fancy myself somewhat of a photographer. So, but for me, I may do it. But when it comes to retailing and reselling, you definitely want to have that option.
Yep. So let's call out the chat. We got Gator. Gator just popped in. What's up? Sell everything. Sell all possessions are overrated. Yeah, I agree with that. Littlefoot's in the room. He is always in the room. We got T-Bird. We got Sobriety and Silver. What's up? We got, let's see, Artisan Resin. Hey, haven't seen you in a little bit. How are you tonight? Southeast Stacker is in the house. FG, of course. He's always around. Who else we got here? Rob's Numismatic. You called him out before. Back to T-Bird. Matt Wingate. Now, you said Matt Wingate. Is that the correct pronunciation, Matt? Is it Wingate or Wing? Because it could go either way. You could throw that in the chat when you.
I've heard that Matt goes either way.
Well, let's not go there. Of course, we got Nash from Pure Metals. Big shout out to Pure Metals. Been doing a few sales here and there on Pure Metals, and that's definitely a cool platform. So if you're not on it, get on it. Check it out. So what do you got up on the stage there? I see you have your U.S. Army privy.
Yep.
What's all the stacks of other stuff? Let me make you full size here so you can show us what you got.
So I just figured we'd do a silver dollar backdrop today. Obviously, we can entertain anything that people want to talk about, but I have 4 or 5 rolls of just average circulated silver dollars. And then I've got a half roll of Annex early slabs, silver dollars too, somewhat early. Pieces like this is a much earlier slab. I know a lot of people collect the small white soap bar, whatever you want to call them. This is a much, much later slab. This is a much earlier slab. You can tell that by the lack of the barcode and the alphanumeric code rather than just a numeric code.
Yeah, so are those known as the soapbox that you hear so much about?
Yeah, a lot of people call in soapboxes. When I was coming up, the white Annex slab or the NGC slabs were called soap bar, soapbox, whatever you want to call it. These were called small white holders, SWH. That's how everybody abbreviated it when I was coming up. And now there's a lot of different terms for it. And all you young kids call them whatever you want to. To me, they're just kind of early Annex slabs.
Yeah. And when you say early, what year are we talking about? What time period?
So I think this generation of slabs, the later ones, if I remember correctly, they went all the way up until 1990, and maybe even a little bit later than that. Mm-hmm. So they're really not as old as a lot of people think they are. I think this one is these might even be closer to 2000. These ones are a little considerably earlier than that.
Right. So are those in the same? Are they contemporary to the Rattlers or?
Yeah, this one would definitely be contemporary with the Rattler and with the No Line Fatty from NGC. These other ones would be the equivalent of maybe an OGH. That's the kind of green holder from PCGS.
Yeah, old green holder. Yeah.
And maybe even drift a little bit into just the regular slabs that they have now.
Yep. And I did notice you had a 62 in there. Come on.
I got a 64 here. This is a 64. This is my only toned piece dollar, my rainbow toned piece dollar. And this is an exceptional piece because you just don't find rainbow toned piece dollars very often. My camera's not picking it up. Let's see if we can get it there in the light. There you go. If you're looking in the circle of the light there, you see that that's legit rainbow toning on a piece dollar. That just does not happen ever.
Why is that? Why do you not see toned piece dollars?
It's crazy. The reasons that I've heard over the years are that they were treated with a compound that was supposed to arrest toning. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that they were stored for as long or as in the same type of canvas bags that the Morgans were stored in. Right. There are all sorts of hypotheses, but I've never heard a really legitimate reason. But when you find a toned peace dollar, they're usually really genuinely ugly. They
Mm.
are a snot green, blotchy color. And it's really sad when you see people trying to sell them on venues like eBay when they're like, fantastic toned peace dollar. And it's like, no, it's really not. Just because it's toned doesn't mean it's attractive. But
Right.
I think people who collect peace dollars they clamor so much for a toned peace dollar that they'll take anything, even if it's ugly. And 99% of toned peace dollars are just legitimate ugly. They are not attractive. And
Right.
if
Yeah.
you've seen a beautifully toned Morgan dollar, that is a thing of beauty. I mean, you can find Morgan dollars that have absolutely stunning rainbow toning on them. They are incredible.
Now, I heard a term the other day. Some dude was auctioning off a coin on Whatnot, and he called it bag toning.
Yeah, there are different names for it: canvas toning, bag toning, textile toning. The bag toning probably refers to the canvas bags that they were shipped in. Morgan dollars originally shipped in canvas bags of $1,000, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they actually just sat in vaults for 50 years sometimes without even being opened. And if that's the case, there were compounds in the canvas, in the cotton bag, that eventually toned it. There were sulfur compounds and other things.
Right. And also, what he was saying is it had the actual imprint of the fabric on
Yeah,
the coin.
that's textile toning, and you see that sometimes, that cross hatching that is the same texture as the bag itself. Sometimes that looks amazing too. It's really kind of the equivalent of an opal. You can find an opal that's called potch that is just kind of an ugly white color or an ugly gray color. It's still legitimate opal, but it's not very attractive. Every once in a while, you find a rainbow toned opal, and that is the thing of beauty. And then every really, really rarely, you find fossils that are made out of opals, or fossils that are opalized. And when you have something that is, an artifact, a fossil, a living creature from millions of years ago that you can actually discern by looking at, and it's fossilized, that's just a museum piece. And I think that's kind of the case when you've got really beautiful textile toning, rainbow toning that displays all of the different elements. It's kind of the same thing. I think I've always kind of equated them. Toning
Yeah.
is attractive, tarnish is not, says Southeast. You're exactly right. When we like it, it's tarnish. When we don't like it, we call it tarnish. When we like it, we call it toning.
Right. Well, right now, toning is something that can double the value of a coin, right?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean,
Easily.
I've seen some toned Morgans that you look up on the gray sheet that maybe they're $80 coins going for $250.
No, I've got examples of coins that are not supposed to be toned. And the key to that is that if you really want it, the big dollars, these pieces have to be slabbed by a reputable third-party grader. But if you have a toned piece that is something that people aren't used to seeing, you can triple, quadruple, or 10x the value of it easily. And I've got a few examples of that I'll be sharing with the class at some point in the future, I think.
Now, do you think that that's going to be like, obviously trends come and go, right? And then it wasn't always that way.
Toning's been a thing for a good 20, 30 years now. So yeah,
But
so it could very easily die. And I think
yeah,
there are always going to be series where it's important, like Morgan's. There are enough of them, and they are so brilliantly toned in some cases that there are enough to go around for the collectors. There's enough for people to clamor for them. And there are some series like that peace dollar that I showed earlier that is so unusual. Because that one is so unusual, I think this is an okay coin. This is not a bad coin. If this wasn't a PCGS holder, I'd feel a little bit better about it. If it was an NGC, I'd feel better about it too. Annex is just not quite held on the same level as those two graders, or CAC for that matter. But this,
even
if
the
it's
older
$100,
ones like that.
What's that?
No, I say even the older generation like that, wasn't Annex more respected back in the day? Or
I think if you give people an option, people who are familiar with it, and you say, would you rather have a coin? Let's play apples to apples. Would you rather have this in a no line fatty from NGC, or a rattler from PCGS, or the small white holder from Annex? 99 out of 100 collectors will say the other two and not this.
right.
But the thing is that, so this one is so unusually toned. Again, we'll show the tone there. That if this is $150 or $200 coin just by itself without toning, I wouldn't sell it for $500. And I have that. I don't know if you saw it. Excuse me. I've got some coffee here too. I shouldn't be drinking in this night. I've got a 1964 Kennedy that I paid $15 at a local shop and sent it in, and it's got just outrageous toning on it. And
Really?
that, without that toning, it's a $15 or $20 coin. With that toning, it's a $400 or $500 coin.
Yeah. Yeah, that worries me though, because I look at some of the prices that they're getting for these toners, and I'm talking about like on auctions on Whatnot, and um, they're getting so much money for them, and I worry about buying it because I'm like, yeah, what happens when it goes out of style? Then you're stuck with a coin that the book says is worth $80.
Yeah, I think that's a fair concern to have. It's especially concerning if you're talking about raw pieces, because it's so easy to artificially tone a coin. And there are a lot of people out there who just think they look pretty. A toned coin looks pretty regardless, and they don't care. And there are a lot of people who sell artificially toned coins on eBay. They stick out like a sore thumb for us who kind of know what we're looking for. But if you like it and you've got a silver dollar that's a $35 coin without toning, or a $40 or a $50 coin without toning, and you artificially tone it, and somebody will pay you 60 or $70 for it, you're going to artificially tone a bunch of those silver dollars.
Yeah. I think it's easier to tell though. To me, I can spot it when it's artificially toned.
Once you've been around for it a while, you can definitely tell.
Yeah.
Or not, I shouldn't say definitely. You can tell. It's still, it's always the confirmation bias. Somebody who's really good at artificially toning can make a piece that even I probably wouldn't be able to detect. Not that I'm the arbiter of, of toned coins or anything. But if you're really, really good at it, it's a lot more difficult to detect. If you're bad at it, we can tell that. And I think that gives us that confirmation bias. You pick out the ones that are bad, but you can't pick out the ones that are good. It's the same thing with counterfeits. We can all tell a really bad counterfeit coin. It's the really good counterfeit coins that we need to be careful with.
Right. Yeah. There's like that sweet spot, I guess, right in the middle where you didn't go too far and you went far enough.
Exactly. Chris in Virginia says it's like a spray tan. I like that.
Yeah. Good point. Right. Or maybe even like fake boobs.
There you go. And I definitely
you can go too far with them as well.
If anybody saw Blue Collar's shorts that we're talking about, if you saw Blue Collar shorts, if you saw the ones that he was talking, the ones that he made to promote this live stream tonight with me, and I appreciate that, man. That was really nice. One of the shorts that he made actually has Sid Vicious, who was the bass player for Sex Pistols, playing "My Way," which was the old Elvis and Frank Sinatra tune. But I thought it was really funny that he chose that one. I hadn't expected it, but I do have right here the vinyl of The Biggest Blow. This is Ronnie Biggs, who was a notorious criminal who jumped up on stage and did a song with Steve Jones and Paul Cook of the Sex Pistols right after they broke up. This is my vinyl from probably 1982, 1983. But the flip side of it is
Sid.
It's Sid Vicious doing "My Way," which is the song that he chose to put on that short. And he probably didn't know that I have this on vinyl. Something that I bought 40 years ago when I was a punk kid.
Yeah, no, I had no idea that you had that, but I knew that was your taste. I knew that was right up your alley. And then the second one that I put out, I don't know if you saw that one or not.
Yeah, was it? Do I remember it was Van Halen or something like that?
Well, no, there was one with Van Halen, but there was one with the Germs, Media Blitz.
Yeah. I knew of the Germs, and I had friends who had Germ shirts. They wore them every day. I was never a Germs fan, but it's definitely of that same era. I was a little bit more hardcore. The Germs and even Sex Pistols are punk. And while I might consider myself punk, this is one of my Sex Pistol shirts from way back in the day. I'm a collector, in case you didn't know. What's funny is that this shirt that I bought for $18 or $16, whatever, at one of the local shops, is now selling for $500 or $600 on eBay.
Nice. So Vegas is in the chat. He says, "Did I hear flip side?" That's his catchphrase.
Flip side. Vegas, good to see you, man. Hope you're having fun in Indiana.
Hey, Great Lakes Joe is in there as well. Him and Vegas are hanging out right now, I hope. That for anybody who doesn't know, Great Lakes Joe is Vegas's brother.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, well, of course, yeah. So
Good to see everybody. Thanks everybody for showing up tonight, especially you folks who followed me over from my short video tonight about the Army Privy Marked Silver Eagle. If anybody has questions and want to talk about that, we're happy to entertain them. I'm glad that Vegas is here with us. I keep on expecting him to talk, but of course that's not going to happen, right?
Well, he does have a link. He could pop up there right now if he wanted to.
If he got the camera and everything else.
Oh, he's got his phone in his hand, obviously, so he could definitely he could pop right up on there.
Yeah, that's not his phone.
Oh, well, that's true. Yeah, he does. He uses a webcam at home.
But, oh, yeah. I mean, I suppose he could be. I was making a crude joke.
Oh, in his hand. Oh, dub. What am I going to do with you?
Eli says, this is my second live chat. The first was a week ago about Engelhard rounds. Wow, that's awesome, since I've put out 2 videos in the last 2 weeks about Engelhard bars. Anybody want to take a guess at what Friday night's video is going to be about?
Engelhard? Second.
It's going to be about Engelhard.
Part 2?
We've got another one coming up.
Oh, Great Lakes Joe, what did he say here? He said, love you guys. Even though I don't have a channel, I watch and support. You definitely do, Joe. Thank you so much. In fact, why don't you get your brother to reach in his pocket, jump in here on this live stream and say hello to us all?
Wouldn't that be nice?
We would love that. So let's see. Oh, you got the Navajo blood. Oh, you know what I noticed on one of the photos that I used for my one of the shorts? The Navajo blanket looks like let me see here. I can't show you, but it looks like somebody going like this on the bottom.
They kind of do. There are 3 figures there. I've talked about those before. They're called Yei, Y-E-I, and they are kind of if I can remember correctly, because the Navajo religion is kind of a complex one. They are kind of spiritual beings that go between our realm and the realm of the gods, kind of.
Yeah. Hey, so I can't let this go. Silver, what's his name? Sir Sloth wants to know, and I told him I would ask, what's the latest on the giveaway coins? I know that the owner of the company passed away.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of knew it was coming. I think everybody knew that he was very sick. And I checked with the guy who's running the company, who has actually been running it for, I think, at least a little while now, probably 2 weeks ago. And he assured me we were up next, but I still have no information from him. So I will send out an email tomorrow, and maybe we can see it going. I apologize to the winners. I knew that this was a possibility. I knew that this was at least somewhat possible. And I think I tried to warn everybody that this was probably going to take a while to get these pieces. It's taking a little bit longer than even I thought it would take. So I do apologize, but we will get them out. I promise.
Yeah. And anybody who's getting impatient, listen, keep in mind, you're getting something for nothing. It's a gift from Dub C. When are you ever going to get that again?
Well, if we keep on going, maybe we'll have one for the 7,000 giveaway.
That might be next week. I don't know. I think you're up around 6,700 now, right?
No, I'm nowhere near that much so far, but I do appreciate everybody who's subscribed to the channel. Last I checked, we had just breached 6,400, something like that.
Oh, I gave you too much credit. I thought that latest video bumped you up 300.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think those videos, the Engelhard videos, I had a feeling would do pretty well. So I'm very pleased that anybody who's joined us, anybody who's new, I really appreciate it. But I'm not trying to get 1 million subscribers. That was never the point of the channel, and I am thrilled that we are where we are now. I wouldn't doubt that it's going to take another 6 months for the next subscriber giveaway, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I've got what I think is some pretty interesting stuff on the way. Cool.
So B. Taylor says, Vegas, are you all going to fish? You going to be doing some fishing while you're out there? I know he was at the lake. He went live from, I think it was Michigan City. But
is he on Lake Michigan?
I believe so, yeah. But I don't know for sure. Maybe they could throw it in the chat. I don't know where Michigan City is. I guess that's on the lake.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know very much about Indy. Say thank you, OC Stacker. I appreciate that. You know, I try to do the videos that I think would be interesting to me, and it's really nice that other people seem to think the same thing.
Yeah. So Sir Sloth says no need to apologize, Dub C, but it is, you know, it is what it is, and when you're gonna end up with a great piece, and it's gonna be a keepsake forever. So
Fingers crossed. You know, if
yeah,
something happens and I can't get these things done, we will find something else that will be at least as interesting. You know, I'll make sure that something goes out, and I can't imagine it's going to take more than a month from now. But if it starts to kind of drift in that direction, we'll readdress it. We'll figure out something.
yeah, and I'm sure, like you said, it's gonna work out fine, and
Yeah.
everything will be good. So Great Lakes Joe says yes, they're on Lake Michigan. They're right there on Lake Michigan. So
Oh, rock on. Okay.
yeah, man. So the Engelhard video, the second half, what are you focusing on in that one?
So the first one of the 10-ounce bars, we did a video about the 1-ounce bars, and these videos are really kind of introductory. And I think that Silverstruck has kind of put out a video where he's talked a little bit more in depth about some of these things too. What a fantastic companion to have doing similar videos at the same time. He is uh, better in some areas than I am. I think we complement each other really well. But the first video was about the most commonly encountered 1-ounce silver bars from Engelhard. Friday's video that just happened was about the common 10-ounce silver bars from Engelhard that are the more slightly older generation. So that would be the older cast or poured type bars. And then Friday's video, this coming Friday, will be about Engelhard bars as they made that evolution from the pressed or stamped bars. So we've got 4 or 5 of those to look at also.
So we got pressed bars like so.
We will have one that is exactly like that, or actually 3 bars that are kind of like that. They're C prefix though. The P prefix a little bit. I want to say they're a little bit more scarce.
Right. This is a P. This
That's a
is a
P
very
prefix.
very common bar.
Yeah, it's you know this is an interesting transition because Engelhard was still making. If you want to hold up your 11th series bar next to it, you can see that design wise, they are very similar. They have the elongated Engelhard name going all the way across the bar. They are horizontal bars. They have the same verbiage on them, but you can tell that they are a different manufacturing technique. It's
Yeah.
immediately after the commercial bar that you held up earlier, the P prefix one. Immediately after that, that Engelhard goes into the portrait style. So these things share a lot more than most people kind of realize when you really look at them and tick off all of the different similarities between those two types of bar. They actually do look very similar. And this A-Mark bar is an example of how Engelhard starts making their next generation of bars after they finish that first transitional stamped bar.
Yeah, and the reason I held it up was to show the size difference, even though they're both 10-ounce, right?
Isn't that crazy? I mean, it's one of those things. It's like that meme that I've talked about before, where you've got the little girl pointing to the 2 cylinders that each have the same amount of fluid in them, but one of the cylinders is much more narrow. It looks to our brains, to our lizard brains, that the portrait style is just bigger, and maybe that's one of the reasons why Engelhard went to that style anyway.
Yeah, I much prefer the little chunky bars.
I do too. I think they're kind of fun.
Yeah,
And I
go
shot a
ahead.
video today about those bars too. So
Yeah, actually, I even love those, like the Fleur de Lis, the 9 Fine Mint. I'm trying to
yeah,
think of who else does. They're even more chunky. They're thicker and smaller than these. They're like the
yeah,
size of almost the size of a 1-ounce bar, but just like triple
really
thick.
fat. Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. Those are very cool. I think it's interesting that the market seems to be drifting in that direction, that people really still like that style of bar.
yeah. Well, what's amazing to me is that these bars, none of these are newer than 1987, right? This is
Right.
probably from the 70s.
That bar, I think, is 1985,
Oh,
something like that, somewhere in there.
the 11 series.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But still, I
It's
mean, that's 40 years old.
exactly right. That's a 40-year-old bar. It's very old now. And, you know, for somebody like me who's been doing this for a while, it almost is embarrassing for me to think about that because I think I remember when those bars were kind of popular, when they were just the silver bar that most dealers had. So it makes me feel very old to think about those things being vintage, but it's the truth. They are 40 years old.
Yeah. T-Bird says he is partial to the Pony Express Kilo bar.
Those are our Silvertown bars.
Yeah, yeah. Kilo too. That's nice.
Silvertown makes a very good product, and I talk about that in the video that I shot today too. So expect that video probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
So I'm really kind of pissed off about this light. I cannot get this ring out of the goddamn shot, and it's aggravating the crap out of me. I'm sorry about that, by the way, guys.
I've got a ring light here too. That's my light tonight, but it's way up in the air and it's over my stuff. It's not shining down.
Yeah, you know what? I probably should do that. Let me see if I can't raise that up because it's really annoying the crap out of me right now.
I think you could probably see you can see mine there in the reflection, and it's, I had to kind of toy with this for quite a while to get it to kind of work, and it still isn't great. I think my camera sucks. I've talked about that before.
Oh, my camera definitely sucks. But yeah, I guess that's a little better.
Yeah, that's nice. That's fine. I think that's an improvement anyway.
So
you have some gold backs back there. Good for you.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I ordered about 500 face Oklahoma gold backs. So Oklahoma is the new issue. They will be out on the 19th, I believe they're shipping. So yeah, I ordered about 500 face of those. So looking forward to them.
Yeah.
Oh, what you got there? Flowing hair?
That's the flowing hair. I just figured I'd pick it up and play with it a little bit.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. Oh, goodness.
We made you full size. We fluffed you up.
I do not have the privy marked piece though, and props to anybody else who got it, especially if they got theirs in the regular packaging and didn't pay premium for it.
So in other words, if they got it in the wild.
If they got it in the wild, if you just were shipped one and you opened it up and ta-da. Yeah, I did not, at least like I've said many times before, not in this one that I opened up, but I still have one that I have not opened up.
Vegas Stacker says, nice crowd. Don't forget to give these guys the thumb. I'm pretty sure everybody's been hitting the thumbs up. I can't tell how many likes there are because I don't have YouTube open.
Yeah, I don't either. And I appreciate everybody who's in the chat. It's really, really cool. Vegas, I'm sorry that you can't be with us tonight, man. It would have been a blast. But Blue Collar's holding it down, and hopefully everybody is fine with me being here at least for a little bit.
Yeah, I got 4 shows basically that I'm going to be alone. Vegas, of course, he announced that, you know, he's on vacation. He's got some stuff going with family this month of August. And God bless him. I wish him the best. He's having a good time with his brother right now. And so I'll be holding down the fort for 4 shows. Hopefully you guys don't get bored with me. But this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring on a co-host, not a guest, but a co-host, along the lines of Dub C. So I got a couple of other people lined up, and I think you guys will be happy with them.
Man, did you guys hit it out of the park with Silverstruck? That was just a fantastic live stream.
Oh yeah, that was a great stream. I mean, you can't lose with a guy like Silverstruck. Also, Coin Sense and Nonsense. I don't know if you saw him.
I did, yeah. And he's somebody else that I think has got some serious potential and some serious knowledge to share with the class. So definitely, I mean, you've just been picking some fantastic people. And Dub C, what a get that was. I mean, for real.
You know what? I'll take credit for Dub C, but everybody else, I give credit to Vegas. Vegas has been knocking it out of the park. We've been bringing on, well, we got a few lined up from the UK. Okay. He brought in the Stack Collector, and we got a couple others lined up for going forward. We've got Emperor Wang lined up for September 1st.
Wang is awesome. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's definitely cool, man. He actually contacted Vegas and requested that date. He's got something to bring up, you know, to come on and talk about. And
very cool.
So yeah.
Do I remember that you guys got somebody that was kind of a big YouTuber?
Yeah, we got Salivate Metal.
There you go. Okay. So
and
I mean,
that was Vegas. That was probably the YouTuber with our big most amount of subscribers, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, I think I caught just the tail end of that, and I couldn't think of anything interesting to say. So I was there for maybe 5 or 10 minutes towards the end. But I mean, really good. You guys just put on a really nice show.
Yeah, we got some really nice compliments behind the scenes as well.
Yeah.
Not really willing to share what some people said, but honestly, no. But I was touched by what they were saying. It was like very satisfying, I'll say.
That's very cool. I know Vegas was making some funny comments about me putting out a short video for his flight.
Yeah.
Hey, tonight's video was like 15 minutes long. That's a super short video for me.
Yeah. Earlier, I think he said he almost made it through a Dub C video during his flight, and it's like a 3.5 hour flight.
Well, I tell you what, the Engelhard 10-ounce bar video was going to be one video, and I know that I go long with some of my videos, and the problem is that I'm so fascinated with the things that I'm looking at that even I just kind of keep on talking. And I know that's the definition of somebody who's boring at a party, who just wants to talk about their own thing. But you come to one of my videos, that's what you're going to get. But even I looked up, I saw that we were at 30 minutes, and I was like, you know what, this is another one of those videos, because I've said before that I outline my videos. I don't script my videos, but I outline them. And I have a pretty good idea of how long it takes me to shoot a video, how long my video is going to be based on the content. And in this case, I was really hoping I could do all of this in one video, but it was going to be a 50-minute long video or an hour long video. So I was just like, that's silly. We'll cut this into two. We'll make it a two-parter.
Yeah. Now, you have done some 45-minute videos, and I watch them from front to back. I can't stop watching them.
Thank you, and I appreciate that. Some people really like that, and it drives some people crazy, and I totally get that. And if people want to stop and start the videos, that's fine too. But when I get rolling and there's no logical place to start, and my fear is I'll make a 30-minute video and then I'll make a 9-minute video. That just doesn't make sense. So if it doesn't make sense that you can cut it into even parts that are equal parts that are palatable, that are watchable, then you kind of have to keep on going. And that's my problem, I guess. And maybe as I get a little bit better at doing this, I won't do it quite as often.
Yeah, one of my favorite, and I've gone back to it several times, but the video that you do on the Mexican stuff.
Yeah, that Stacking Mexican video series seems to be something that people watch over and over again. And each of those videos is now, 5 or 6 or 7,000 views. That's really nice. And I get comments still. People will comment, 2 or 3 times a week. Those videos are a year and a half old now. I think the first one might even be a little bit older than that. So for people to be watching that, for it still to be relevant, and for people to even make comments on it is really cool. That's really satisfying. That's a neat thing.
And I think those actually go back to the White Cross days, don't they?
They definitely do. And so many of my older videos, I do treadmill in the morning when I first get up. I do a half hour on the treadmill, and I work out also and all that kind of stuff. But I've taken to watching videos from several content creators, but every once in a while I'll watch one of my own videos. And those early videos are so cringe. They're so hard for me to watch. And sometimes I force myself to watch them just so I can make sure that I'm improving over those early videos.
Right. No, I hear what you're saying. I don't get that same feeling that you do, because you said that to me in the comments. You're like, oh, it's so cringe. I'm like, no, I don't really feel that way. But
I think
listen,
the Mexican series
you're your own
is
worst
fine.
critic, right?
I think that's probably true sometimes. I don't know about you. I get some very interesting comments sometimes, people that I rub the wrong way. I try to be as neutral as I can. It's one of the reasons why I don't accept tips. I don't do sponsorships or anything like that on the channel. And I've said that before. That's so I can remain as neutral and say the things that I want to say without fear of offending somebody that's paying me money. It's not worth it to me. But I am my own worst critic in a lot of ways. But every once in a while, you'll get a doozy, somebody who just makes a really mean comment. And I try not to do this very often, but I'm not opposed to just deleting somebody from the channel. If that's really the way you feel, you don't want to watch my videos anyway. So
yeah, no, you know what? I don't think I've ever had anybody give me any shit in the comments that I would consider deleting somebody for. The one time I think, and if he's still in the room, might have been Gator, but I don't delete anybody, and I just gave it back to him in the comments. I don't care.
I think it's probably only been fewer than 5 times, but there are people that say things like, "This guy talks nonstop. If you want to see what the heart of this video is, skip over to 15-minute 8-second mark," or something like that. And it's like, you know what? There are a lot of YouTubers who make very short videos. And if that's what you want, but be my guest, go watch their videos too. But I'm trying to make something that I think is the right way to make it. And if you don't want to watch the video, then don't watch my video.
A lot of times I'll watch them, quote unquote, watch them while I'm driving. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. And I've talked before about the fact that I've got series of videos and I've got playlists. And I think it's fantastic if people just want to think of them as a podcast and listen to them. That's a great thing to do.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But you know what sucks is though, when it comes down to something like you're showing something and you're pointing out something like a feature of a bar or whatever,
Right, right.
and
And
I'm
you can't
driving
do
off the side of the road trying to watch the video,
Yeah, I mean,
hitting the
that,
rumble strip.
Single and Looking says, calling in from Chicago. Good to have another Midwesterner in the house. And Shep says, I like the longer educational videos. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, there are so many people who do. There are some of our fellow YouTubers, people that are in our class, who I think do the same video week after week after week when they are talking about nothing but speculation and what they think the price of metals is going to do or what they hope to do some point in the future. And to me, you know, everybody has to go through this evolution themselves. Everybody has to take this journey. It's a very, you know, as I always say, it's a very private and personal journey when you're doing something with precious metals. There's no wrong answer. There's no right answer. But there are so many people that put out these videos that I think are borderline clickbait. And that's not what my channel is about. So if that's really what you're after, I get it. And there are lots of other YouTubers who do that.
Well, yeah,
And
they definitely are, and they're getting very popular too. But they put out videos. It's basically a formula, basically. You know,
yeah,
8 to 12 minutes. It has to have a controversial title,
a controversial
maybe an
title.
arrow or two in the thumbnail.
Yeah, an
And
exclamation point doesn't hurt.
yeah, and
And
it's just basically, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to be nice.
no, and it's there. If that's what you want to do, if that is your formula, if that's how you feel you're building a successful channel, that's fine. But that's not what I do. And I've said it before, kind of the reason that I launched this channel is because I got tired of seeing people do that kind of stuff. This is nothing new. This is something that we saw going back to the very beginning of the internet. And, you know, like a lot of us older guys, I was there. I mean, I was online as in the earliest forms of the internet that you can imagine. And that stuff was always there. What's interesting, I think, is conversations, adult conversations like the one that we're having now about precious metals and rare coins. This is interesting to me. And my deeper dives into things and people like Silverstruck and the few other people that we've talked about so far on this live stream tonight, these are people that are actually adding to the discourse. They're adding to the collective knowledge of the hobbies of precious metals and rare coins.
Yeah.
And if you're just putting out those clickbaity 8-minute videos once or twice a week that covers the exact same topic, you're not really doing anything. But again, that's my own, bitching about that kind of thing. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do.
Right. No, there's definitely a place for that. And it comes from, I think people want to make money doing this. A lot of people, no, I'm being honest, man.
I agree.
A lot of people, they look at this as an opportunity to make money. And I mean, I got to be completely truthful. When I first started this, I was like, oh, I can get to this hours and I could start making money. But then you start seeing really what you're getting. It's not really, you're not making any money.
The reason that we're laughing for you guys who are watching is that it is really not very much money. I mean, it's genuinely not that much money. And when you think about if the complaint about my channel is that my videos are very long, think about it in terms of the hours that I put into shooting a video and making a video on a weekly basis. It's probably, a few bucks an hour, literally. I mean, there's not much money in it. And other people who do the kind of clickbaity stuff, or what do you want to call them, they do lots of the things like selling on their channel, like trying to get sponsorships, like getting those tips during their live streams. Yeah. And if that's what you're offered, there's nothing wrong with that. That's one of the things that YouTube has offered us as a way to monetize our channels. But it's still just not very interesting to me.
Right. No, I totally agree with that. So when you do put out, like, say, a 30 to 40-minute video, and you got a couple of those,
Yeah.
what's your average view time? You look at the analytics, I'm sure, right? So do you get people, your average view time, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, or is it like
Probably not
12?
quite that long. I would say it's probably more like 12 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. That's the thing that's weird. It's like I put out a video and I'm thinking like, oh man, I would watch this all the way through every time.
Yeah.
And then I look at the analytics and it's like, 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
Yeah, I think there are probably a lot of people who watch it for a few minutes and decide it's not for them, and that's cool. I do that myself all the time. And then
Yeah.
you have some people who watch it for 10 or 15 minutes and will take it in a couple of bites. They'll do 2 or 3 and come back when they can. People
Yeah.
watching it on a break, on their lunch break, after dinner, whatever the deal is. And then you have, the people that are diehards who will watch it start to finish. And it's good. Whatever anybody wants to do with the videos, if you want to watch it for a few minutes, anytime somebody watches any of my video, I'm thrilled and flattered and happy. But yeah, I know for a fact that I've got quite a few people who watch them start to finish and then go back and watch them again or watch the next series, and that's awesome.
Well, one thing that you've kind of mastered is consistency, right? So your videos you're always dropping a video on a Friday.
Mhm.
You got a live stream right after the premiere. It's almost
Most of
like,
the time.
yeah, it's very consistent. We can count on it being there every week.
And you said something about formula, and I've kind of like, ugh, because I've come up with a formula that works really well for me, and it seems to be something that people respond to, and it's exactly that technique. It's a new video every Friday with me live during that video as it premieres for the first time, and then a live stream immediately following that. And then whenever I can, I put out a short early in the week that talks about the subject we're going to be discussing in the premiere video.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while, and not very often, especially during my busy seasons, but every once in a while, I'll do something like I did tonight, which is to put out a short video about something that was very topical, and that's that Army brand new Silver Eagle that came out that I received today. I know some people have been getting them earlier in the week.
Yeah, that's very current, of course. Yeah. Yeah, so that's one thing that you're not going to find on my channel, and I'm sure, everybody knows that by now. It's like when something comes up, like today, this piece came in. So I made a little 3-minute video out of it. I don't take it seriously at all. I actually have been really enjoying doing the live streams more than anything else.
Yeah.
As you know, we do 2 live streams a week. Yeah. And so that's just been really what I've been focusing on. And then I'll throw out shorts. And then every once in a while, if I get something that I think people will enjoy, I'll make a video out of it.
I think that's
no formula whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. That's fine, especially if that's the kind of video that you want to watch, and that's what it comes down to. For me, I put out the videos that I think I would want to watch, and if other people want to watch it, that's awesome.
Yeah, like
Vegas he doesn't get any views.
Yeah, and honestly, I gotta say, I'm feeling the same way too. It's like I put out a video and I might get less than 100 views on it. I used to get more views back in the day, but I'm still getting subscribers. And that's the thing that I don't get with YouTube.
I think people, it's not as much of a commitment as some people think to subscribe to a channel. And it's one of the things that we're encouraged to do is to get more subscribers. But honestly, it's probably the views or even the amount of time that people watch the videos that really matters when it comes to the analytics.
Yeah.
The number of subscribers honestly doesn't really matter that much. It is wonderful to have as many as I have, but I have a tiny fraction compared to a lot of guys out there.
Well, one of the things that Sal mentioned when we had him on, he's had a channel for a good 10 years now.
Yeah, and he's got over 100,000 subscribers, doesn't he?
Well, he's just
He's
just below 100,000. He's
just below, right?
Getting there, yeah. But he said his channel grew very organically and very slowly. He said he's only had one, what did he call it? Not viral. He called it something else. Oh, bacterial or something. One video that kind of went viral and it got like around 600,000 or 700,000 views, and that helped him a lot, of course.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's just he's consistent as hell too, man. He puts out a lot of videos.
I was going to say he puts out several videos a week, doesn't he?
He does, and he does a lot of live stream. He's very connected with his audience. He's very approachable. He's a good channel. I enjoy his stuff.
That's nice when you get to that level and you feel like for somebody like him, the amount of income that he's making off of it probably does warrant him doing that kind of putting in that kind of effort. For me, and I've said it many times before, old Dub C is doing just fine. It's not like I need the YouTube money, but I don't have the time commitment. I can't produce 2 or 3 videos a week, especially because my videos often do require a fair amount of investigation, exploration, and writing down notes and comments and looking up specifics. I couldn't do this kind of video unless I was, getting a pretty substantial salary from it. And that's probably never going to happen. So,
yeah, no, for sure. And, he was saying that he puts about 40 hours a week into YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I was probably 10 hours a week into YouTube. It's probably somewhere in that area. And he actually makes probably like a serious living wage off of his videos. It's funny for you guys who watch our channels and imagine how much money we get paid. Again, it's really not very much. Somebody like Salad Metal makes, if I've got 6,000 subs and he's got close to 100,000 subs, he makes somewhere in the area of 20 times what I make. Yep. But when you see some of these people who do things like ASMR videos, especially if you're a young, pretty girl who puts out ASMR videos.
Oh God.
You get you'll have 1 million views in a month or even more. And
hey,
that's
Vegas joined us. I got you up on stage, Vegas. So don't say anything dirty.
Hey, what are you guys doing?
Vegas, good to hear you.
What are you coming to us live from a black hole or what?
I tried to put an avatar up there, but it just went. It's just using my screen. I don't know what the heck.
Well, you got your camera off?
Nope, I got you guys looking at a table.
Oh,
here. What you guys want?
Oh, there we go.
Is that a better view for you?
Fantastic. We can see it.
So what's going on? What are you guys up to out there?
Eating a peanut butter cookie.
Nice. You got Great Lakes Joe there with you?
Yeah.
Say hello, Great Lakes Joe.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, almost sounds like Vegas. You sure you're not the same guy?
He told me I could probably jump on and you guys would think I was you. Or I was him.
You sound just like him. That is hilarious.
That is funny.
I remember I talked to you on the speakerphone when I was out in Vegas and you were on with your brother. And I don't recall thinking at the time, holy shit, that sounds just like Vegas. That's funny.
Vegas sounds like Great Lakes Joe.
Well, yeah, you're older, right?
Yeah.
Nice. So
he's in between my age and your age.
Were you guys at the boat races? Is that what you were doing earlier, or?
Yeah, it was the Great Lakes Grand Prix. We have the big power boats, just like what come down in Florida down there. It's pretty cool.
Now, was it the top class, like the highest class ones? Because I was just on I-95 and I passed right by WHM. If you're familiar with them, Billy Mouth is the captain's name. The driver's name.
the yellow boat, right?
Yeah, they're number 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. They come here. They've been coming here quite. I don't know how many years they've been coming now, but yeah, it's pretty cool. It draws like they say over 250,000 people over the weekend. It's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, the guy who owns WHM happens to be a good friend of a friend of mine from Long Island. And I'm sure he's actually there at the race too. He goes to every race.
Yeah, yeah. His boat was slow.
Was it? He just repowered the boat like I want to say like a month ago. He put new like 1100s on it, I think he said.
Maybe he was breaking it in.
Maybe, I guess. Who knows?
Yeah, they're definitely some cool boats, and the rigs they have, their trucks that they pull them with, and they've got little mini bikes they ride around on, and it's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, his truck is pretty subdued. It's not like one of the bigger rigs that I've seen. Um, and he trailers this boat flat. A lot of these guys, they trailer the boats standing
Y-
up, like
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
sideways. Yeah, they
Yeah,
stand them up. They tilt them on their side. I think it's because they're so wide to go down the road.
yeah. What do they all run? They all run skaters, right? Is that what it is?
They have a bunch of different classes, you know.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, they got a few. They got the outboards, you know, the outboard classes. Then they have catamaran style boats, and then the deep V boats. I don't know. They have a couple different classes. It's
yeah.
cool. Yep.
No, definitely cool. They have the big race, I guess, down here is Key West, and I think it's in November.
Yeah.
And
We used to get those the jet turbine ones. We had those a couple times. Like the Miss Geico boat.
yes,
Uh yeah, those were really cool. And this year we had one, we just missed it, but there was one that flipped over.
oh no kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not hard to flip them. They get a little air under the bow and they're going
They
over.
get squirrely, yeah.
Yeah,
I think they like to be out of the water more than they're in the water. They just like to skip across the top.
yeah. That's it. Props in. That's it. Right. Everything else
Yeah.
out of the water. They just kind of fly across the water.
Yeah.
I saw a mini Dub C while I was there. This kid had a necklace that reminded me of Dub C.
Oh
The
yeah.
big fat gold necklace that was down to his belly button.
Hey, how many Dub? How many ounces is that necklace that you got?
The big necklace is 5 troy ounces.
Right, and there's another one that's 2, right? You said
2, right? So when I wear it together, it's 7.
7 ounces of gold, man. Woo!
We were
Nice.
gonna do a live this. We were gonna do a live this morning, but it's hard to get to go live at the beach. It just doesn't work. We did a little
Yeah,
metal.
there's probably no good signal over there. You definitely got no Wi-Fi, that's for sure.
Yeah, we went down to the beach this morning and we did a little metal detecting.
Oh yeah, what
Figured-
equipment
we
are you
figured-
using?
Just some generic little metal detector that.
Yeah, we just had a cheap metal detector around, so I said, "Hey, let's go poke around on the beach," because there was just 200,000 people out there over the weekend. But we were just basically fooling around. We didn't take it serious, so we are 26 cents richer, though.
Hey, there you go.
And then we had one signal that we couldn't figure out. We kept digging and digging and digging. It ended up being like a main water pipe that goes out to the lake or draws water from the lake. We dug like 2 feet deep to figure out what the hell it was.
Was it made out of copper? You could have chopped it out of there.
I think it looked like it could have been copper. And then we found an old, we don't know if it was old or new, but it was a top of a Schlitz beer can.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
If it was old, it would have the pop top, like the old style pop tops.
It had that, yeah. So we weren't
Well-
sure, but I lost it when I was digging. I was digging 2 feet deep for that water pipe hose.
Yeah, and if it was old, it would definitely be made out of steel as well, not aluminum. So
I might try
It
to
might
get
be.
into that a little bit since we have a really nice beach here, and so I have a good platform to be able to utilize a metal detector. So with the price of gold, it might be worth it.
yeah, I mean it's true. I know a guy that was
Beaches are good.
metal detected for 30 years. He literally had a spackle bucket halfway filled up with rings and chains.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah,
was years ago. That was the guy Gary. Remember the dude Gary?
hey,
The-
Gary.
Gary.
Gary,
I was joking around.
That was like
I was joking
25
around.
years ago.
I said, let's see if the metal detector picks this up. And I tossed my wedding band in the sand, and it just like sunk. I was like, oh shit! Luckily, I found it.
Now your wedding band, if I'm not mistaken, is it platinum?
Yeah,
All right, so hopefully that thing picks up platinum.
I would have been out there. I'd still be out there digging, looking for it.
I bet you would.
You went on vacation and lost your wedding ring? Sure, you did.
We'll be shopping.
Yeah. Well, she sees all those pretty girls down at the beach, and Vegas has got his ring in his pocket.
Yeah. Dub C, thanks for coming on and taking my place, man. There was no better replacement for myself than you.
Oh man, it's of course. I wasn't sure that my schedule was going to allow it, but I am really happy that it did. It's always a blast to talk with you guys and to get some more time doing live streams. I know that Blue Collar was talking about it earlier. He likes live streams, and I do too. It's a lot of fun, and it is a really nice break from when you're doing the the really long, deep study kind of video. Just to be able to kind of wing it and talk to everybody at once. It's a really nice way to counteract the difficulty sometimes of doing a more produced video.
Gotta be honest, Dub. We can't really relate to that deep study long video. Sorry, buddy.
I haven't studied things, and I can't remember when.
The only way I can relate to that is I can relate to your pain. That's it, man.
The funny thing about the way that my brain works is, and I've said it before, is that I store lots of information, and I'm usually able to access it, but it's intermittent. It's bits and pieces, so I have to fill in the missing parts, and the only way to do that is to do the research. So I can pull up a lot of facts, I can pull up a lot of figures, I can pull up a lot of, oh yeah, I think this had that to do with it. But I don't want to just talk BS at somebody for 20 minutes, or let's be serious, 30 minutes or 40 minutes. So I kind of feel like I'm obligated to actually find out for sure and make sure I'm not just spewing garbage. And it's tough sometimes.
Now, let me ask you a question. You just brought up a good point. Have you ever made a video, released it, put it out, and then found out later, oh, damn, I was full of crap there?
Oh, yeah. I've done that a couple of times. I made a video, actually a video that I didn't think was going to go anywhere. I talked about those the 1982 Washington $50 as being a viable alternative to the 1964 Kennedys, because this was a commemorative that we made lots and lots of that you can buy pretty inexpensively. And I said, this is really the only silver $50 that the United States has put out. Most of the silver dollars we put out in commemorative sets are 90% silver. But most of the $50 in those same commemorative sets, when they come with the silver dollar and the $50, sometimes they come with a $5 gold piece. And I used it as an example, one set that was just sitting there next to me on the table when I was writing it. And I'm like, these pieces, the silver dollar is silver, but the $50 is clad. And that was like the one example, the one other example in the entire mint's history of these modern commems that the $50 was actually silver. And I just looked like an idiot, but I'd already put the video out and the rest of the video was fine. I didn't think the video was going to do very much. And it's like my 7th or 8th most watched video now. It's like
that's
8 or 9
amazing
views.
Do you put can you put like a little notation up on it? I think you can add like a little text to it if you go into Studio.
Yeah, you can put up, I think they call that a card. I've never, I think I actually did that in some of my earlier videos. In this case, I figured it was important that people that wanted to call me out on it knew and called me out. And a couple of people did. They were like, that silver $50 is actually silver. And I'm not perfect. I'm a flawed individual and my memory doesn't work the way that it used to also. But, every once in a while, I think it's okay for people to see that I'm not just, dry and boring and putting out facts and figures. Sometimes I get stuff wrong.
Now, let me ask you something. Did you say that George Washington is 999 silver? Did I hear you right?
No. The Washington $50 commemorative from 1982 is a 90%.
Oh, no. Okay. I thought so. Yeah, because I got a whole bunch. Well, I had a whole bunch.
We made lots and lots of them. We made a proof, we made an uncirculated, and I made the point of saying that the uncirculated, as often, is much more scarce than the proof. You wouldn't think that it works that way. Yeah. But if you are having a hard time finding Kennedy $50, we made literally like 1 billion 1964 Kennedy $50. Or if you have an option of all of the other $50 that you're interested in getting, and I pulled up a whole bunch of rolls of walkers since I wasn't sure what we were going to be talking about here, and I always wanted to be armed with stuff if we're going to be talking about things like that. These pieces tend to be pretty well worn. The same thing is true of Franklin $50. So I just made a video where I said, if you really want an uncirculated, never circulated 90% silver $50, these Washington $50, a lot of dealers give them away for, melt or even a little bit less than melt just to blow them out.
If they ask me a question, I'll be back.
Yeah, no, I got a whole batch of them at one point for melt. In fact, the last I bought 10 of them. Oh man, I probably bought about 40 or 50 of them in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
But
I think they are a
all
viable
that milk,
alternative to a 64 Kennedy.
yeah.
And that video blew up. I mean, it's got, like I said, it's got 7,000 or 8,000 views. It was completely unexpected. I was just like, hey, here's something interesting. If you can't find something interesting to stack, if a full silver dollar or a silver eagle is too expensive, you know, these are essentially a half ounce. So
Yeah. I'm just gonna mute Vegas's thing there. So,
Hey, why you mute? What did I do?
well, I heard, just kept hearing some noises in the background there. And
I got up out of my chair and I went into the house for a second. I left my brother out here. What'd he do?
oh
You
no,
didn't-
no, he farted, man. No, I'm only kidding.
Oh, he might have. That might have been me on my way out.
Could have been.
I thought you guys forgot I was here.
No, absolutely not. No, I reached. See, that's it. Dub, you know, Dub can carry a show. He can carry a video.
If he could only carry a tune.
Well,
Word.
you don't know. Maybe he can. He's an old punk. Oh,
Punks
I didn't
can
mean
carry tunes.
old, Dub. I didn't mean old. I mean seasoned.
No, trust me, I am. And I certainly feel like it when I get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, you get out of bed in the morning? Wait 5 years. Oh, I'm telling you.
Hey, you guys got a little bit of a good crowd in here. I take the night off and everybody shows up.
Yeah, I might have to take that personally. I don't know.
I
Sir
might
Slop
take
and Cartier and 210 Stacks and Sherry Ward, thank you guys so much for being with us. I'm probably only going to be around for another 10 minutes or so. So if anybody has any specific questions for me, and Blue Collar, I hate to cut it short, but I do have some other obligations tonight that I've got to get to.
You know what? That's fine by me because we generally go 2.5, 3 hours, and I wouldn't mind going an hour and a half and being done.
That's what I said. I thought, you know, if I can make it for an hour and a half, maybe I'll do okay by then.
I show up and everybody wants to leave. What the? Now I am taking this a little personal. Where's Dennis? Where's LBS? I'm gonna go hang out with him.
Yeah, he's probably lurking in the background right now.
I hope he's here, and I hope he says something. I don't
say
catch
hello
many of
if
his
you're here.
videos anymore.
No, I go in all his streams. Sometimes I don't talk when I'm in his streams. I hang out in the background, just a number on the the count. Occasionally I don't say anything.
I think people would be surprised how often I try to get to live streams whenever I see them. When I'm working during the day, I often have YouTube open and I toggle over to it periodically. And if there's a live stream with anybody I know, I'll generally jump in and at least listen if I'm not commenting.
Yeah.
Work during the day. You mean you still work?
Oh, I still work, man.
So you still work? You saying CIA? Is that what you're? Is it that job? The coin shop? What was the other one? School teacher, professor.
Professor, there you go. No, I have a job that is entirely unrelated from all of those things, and it keeps me very busy sometimes. Sometimes I have a few days off in a row. Sometimes I will have a week or two off. But even then, I'm still doing prep work, planning work, and lots of other things for this vocation. I hope that I won't be doing it for a whole lot longer, but we never know. A single and looking asks if I have any 10-ounce Engelhard bars for sale. I appreciate the comment. And I've said before many times that people seem to really like some of the things that I show, but I don't sell anything on YouTube. And honestly, if I had something for sale, you would probably never even know it was for sale because I have kind of a network of people who buy from me.
Now, do you have I know you do, a series, what is it, series 1, Engelhard?
I don't have that many interesting old Engelhard pieces. I have one somewhat interesting 5-ounce bar. I have one somewhat interesting 100-ounce bar. And then I've got the 2 bars from Sheffield Smelting, which is an Engelhard legacy smelter in Britain.
Yeah.
The 50-ounce and the 100-ounce bar from them. But I honestly don't have that many interesting Engelhard pieces. I was stacking Engelhard whenever I found them. And if I come across something interesting, I'll pick it up. But that just doesn't seem to happen very often.
Yeah, because I seem to remember a whole table full of Engelhard. You got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I have a fair amount, but I don't have any Engelhard that is exceptionally rare. That's the kind of thing that Silverstruck does. Yeah,
well, Silverstruck actually said that he didn't have anything. I guess is the terminology right? The first series, or
yeah, I mean the earliest bars that I tend to have in the Engelhard series, the 10-ounce bars, would be the 7th series, the 10th series, the 9th series, and the 11th series.
I got you.
So I guess that would be 7, 9, 10, and 11. But as I said in last Friday's video, that means we skipped over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So those are the ones that people really go ape for. And those are the ones where they only made 50 or 100 of sometimes. So those are the really scarce ones.
Right.
I'm on Instagram. If anybody doesn't follow me, I'm at Dubsy Coins on Instagram. But as much as we like Nash and Pure Metals, Mineral Exchanges is a auction site of high-end bullion, like the super, super rare stuff.
Yes,
And
I've heard that.
They
never
put out
made it over there myself, but
I think for a long time they had their site locked. And I think sometimes it still is. You actually have to be a member to be able to get into it.
oh,
But
okay.
Mineral Exchange's photographer put stuff out on their Instagram all the time, and it includes those hyper rare pieces, and it's just stunning to see some of these things. You can't even, I mean, if anybody thinks that I've got the good stuff, I have nothing compared to what some people stack.
Yeah. So Cartier is speculating that you're a stockbroker. I don't think so. He doesn't have the personality for that.
Oh, the stories I could tell you. So
1 minute you're up 500,000 in soybeans, the next minute your kids aren't going to college.
Yeah. So in my past lives, I did something that was very similar to that, but I make a point of not trying to bring that into my YouTube channel, because I don't ever want somebody to think that I'm giving them financial advice in my videos.
Right.
It's that independence that I want to stress. And I want to make sure that people know that my experience in doing this kind of stuff is why I do it. But I would never dream of telling somebody else what to do with their money. I don't know you. I don't know what your other obligations and liabilities are. So anybody that gives that kind of financial advice on YouTube makes me incredibly uncomfortable, and I would never do something like that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. So do you recall what your first coin was? The first coin that you can ever remember saying, hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep that.
Yeah, I've talked about that in some of the videos. I went to school in kindergarten in a pretty kind of globally represented neighborhood area of the country. And I went to school with a kid who was just back visiting his family from Germany. His first day of school was like 5 days after he got back from Germany. At this point, it would have been West Germany for you folks who are older, slightly born at a slightly less comfortable distance from the apocalypse. But he had a German Pfennig, that is the equivalent of a 1 cent piece from West Germany. And I just happened to have an American cent in my pocket, and we traded them. And that was really what started it.
Got you. Yeah, my first coin, and I still have it, was an Eisenhower dollar. It was a 71 Ike dollar that my dad gave me on my birthday, my 8th birthday. So
That's
that was
awesome.
about 80 years ago now.
It's fun that we still remember these pieces. I talked recently that I have an ancient coin that I bought when I was a kid with gift certificates to a local shop. And I actually got it slabbed maybe 5 years ago, just so it would be kind of consistent. And it was really kind of neat to have a piece like that. It's a very old, but essentially worthless coin, but it is one that I know for a fact I've had for probably 50 years now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of neat when we've got pieces that go back that far.
Right. And the reason you slabbed it was just to preserve it.
Right. Preserve it, protect it, make it consistent with the rest of the things in my collection.
Yeah.
Cartier says stockbroker. Not anymore. Bank manager and stockbroker, not really, but you're not too far off. Truck driver, I've never had the experience. I've always had people close to me at home that I didn't think I would do very well leaving. I'm a little bit of a mama's boy when it comes to that kind of thing.
Yeah. Now, Nash says he wished he remembered what his first coin was. The reason I remember what that was is because we had switched schools. My parents moved from one neighborhood to the next, and we couldn't stay in the elementary school that we were in. My birthday's in December. So it was our first day of school going to a new school. So the old man, he was like, hey, guys, if you guys behave today and don't beat anybody up, we'll give you a silver dollar each. So we got a silver dollar.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's it's one of those weird things that if you're a coin collector, you're a coin collector. If it doesn't matter if you like hoarding worthless foreign coins from the 1980s and 1990s, or if you are a specialist who does early American gold coins. We all seem to share that passion. And when you meet somebody else who is a coin collector, you just can have conversations talking about stuff. It's it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Shark, I like that.
Loan Shark. We got Clark Kent.
A bank truck driver.
Bank truck driver, Sherry Ward. Yeah. Maybe he works for, I can't see it, the Armored Car Company. I don't know about that. He might own the Armored Car Company.
I think Dub C owns Brinks. Do you own the Brinks truck company?
I do not own Brinks. And honestly, if you guys guessed what I did for a living, I probably wouldn't tell you. So there's no real reason to.
We wouldn't expect you to. I don't ever
Well,
tell anybody that I work at a casino either. I mean, what I do for a living.
Yeah.
I'm a stacker just like anybody else.
Well, look, Vegas and I have speculated privately, and we would never share what we came up with.
Okay.
But maybe behind the scenes one day we'll let you know what we're thinking.
And maybe one day I'll actually tell you. But like I said, I'm at the point where I'm already kind of petering down what I do anyway. So hopefully within the next several years, the next few years, I won't even be doing what I've been doing for the last several decades.
Well, listen,
Yeah, that's good.
maybe, just maybe, we can convince you to grab Mrs. Dub C and meet us out in Vegas at the coin show in October.
It's a possibility, but I think it's probably a vague possibility at this point.
Well,
Blue Collar has to get his permission slip signed before he can come out too. So it's okay.
No, he needs to bring Average Jane with him.
that's right. She's
That's
gonna
why
buy
he
the
wasn't
tickets
allowed
and
to this
probably pay
last one,
for it too.
He wasn't allowed to the last one because he already came once without her. She's not gonna let that happen twice.
Now,
I
wait
like
a minute. Average Jane.
I like Average Jane's accent. I think she's got the bomb accent.
Average Jane, did you deny me the trip to the coin show, or did we decide together that would be better off going in October?
Yes.
Yeah, we decided we're going to come in October.
All she said was yes. She didn't say she said no or not.
Did you tell me that I couldn't go to the coin show? No, come on. She knows better than that. You want me to ban him? She says.
Wouldn't be the first time
Hold on,
somebody banned me.
Where's the mute button? Where's the
I
mute
have
button?
her all ban him myself.
You're a mod. You can't ban me from behind the scenes.
No, you're on stage. She can't take you off stage.
I can if I shut the power down.
That's true. No, because this phone's on battery, so you're not going to be able to do it. The phone and the laptop are both on battery.
You guys
have to
play
kill
nice.
the internet, and that would.
I could do that.
Yeah. No, but we'll definitely be there in October. So
I'll think about it. In the meantime, it is 9:30. News, sports, and weather on the way up. After the break, we're doing the songs of 1983, including some Sex Pistols and some Ronnie Biggs. And for my favorite old-fashioned punkers, we'll be doing some Black Flag.
yeah, my wife thinks you're a radio DJ.
No.
There's no money in that.
A weatherman, she says. A weatherman. No, he's definitely not a weatherman.
My brother always says you sound like a radio announcer.
I do, to my own detriment. Sometimes people, when I answer the phone, they think they're talking to a recording.
Well, you did do some voiceover work at one point.
I have done some voiceover work in the past.
Yes.
And with that, I've got to take off since we're actually past my bedtime. But I do appreciate everybody who was in the live stream for me tonight. I think it's really cool that Vegas was able to join us on location in the Midwest. And I really thank Blue Collar for letting me be here tonight. That was a blast. It was a lot of fun.
Well, it was definitely our pleasure. Thanks again, Dub, for giving us your time. We really appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. We'll
Thank
talk
you,
to everybody in
Dub
the streams. Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Thank you, brother.
All right, he's out. Dub is out. Now
And
we
there
can
goes
talk
the
about
crowd.
the
Now we're down to
manufacturer.
11 people.
All right, we could talk about him. What do you think? No, I'm only kidding.
So I think he's actually a gigolo.
A gigolo. That's interesting. I don't think so, but
Everybody left. You had like 30 people. Now it's down to like 10.
it says 26, 28 on my end.
Oh, yours must be lagging.
Man, it could be. Could be.
No, it says 26 over here too. That was you got a good sized crowd.
Yeah, good crowd, and it was very consistent. And Dub. I mean, Dub brings him in, and he keeps him.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me crash the party.
Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for crashing the party. I know you're probably. Well, no, I don't know what with your sleep schedule. I don't know if you should be sleeping now or actually awake.
Yeah, I have no idea either. I think I fell asleep last night at 8 o'clock. Woke up at 3 o'clock, and I fought back. I tried to fight, go back to sleep, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So FG wanted to know if the National Coin Show is free admission, and yes, sir, it is free admission.
It's free admission if you know Average Joe or Vegas Stacker. We can get you in.
Yeah, just mention our names at the front gate. They'll even let you park for free.
Yeah, the coin shows are they're free. I know FG, you were asking about Raiders tickets at one point and trying to schedule it during a Raiders game, and I believe you found out it wasn't during a Raiders game. But are you still thinking about coming out?
Yeah, that would be great, man. We got 3 months to plan this. We should really try and get a little group together.
Yeah, we've been trying to get Nash to come out with Pure Metals, but that might be hard now.
Yeah.
Since he has a new edition on the way.
Oh yeah, that's right, man. That's awesome. Congrats, Nash, by the way, if you're still in here, man.
He has to get all that squared away. Oh, FG says, yeah, if BCS is coming out in October, maybe I will talk to the wife about coming down.
Yeah,
Oh, so if
definitely
Blue
there.
Collar's not coming out, then you can't come out.
No, I'm definitely going to be there. Don't make plans based on me, but I will be there.
Yeah.
For sure. Absolutely.
We still have to talk to Nash about maybe setting up a little something.
Nash is right there in the chat. He just said, thanks, guys.
Yeah. The woman and I kind of want to get away one time before the baby comes, so it may be a possibility. There you go. That'd be cool.
Yeah. No,
Vegas is it's in October. It's nice weather.
Yeah. You know who else was talking about going is OJ.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be very cool, man.
Would he get a table?
I don't know because his wife, I think she's with Caesars and she gets like a lot of comps and stuff.
So they just
And
make it a vacation?
yeah, that's probably, well, no, he would make it a business trip. He wouldn't make it a vacation.
Well, I know, yeah. Technically, yeah. What I meant, like, he wouldn't want to set up a show and everything.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe not. I don't know. But maybe we could talk to him about getting a combined table. We could pass out our whatnot information, little QR codes or whatever. And
We could, we could definitely get a table together. I know we were talking about it. We were talking about it before, just like you and I, and some little bit of stuff.
yeah.
We both have inventory and connections where we could put stuff on a table for sure.
Yeah, maybe Nash could join in. We could each take a little section of the table and hand out our goods,
I'm gonna tomorrow I think we're going coin shop hunting.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna hit I'm not sure what all we're doing. I don't know if we're gonna hit the pawn shop and the coin shop all in one day because they're like in the opposite directions, or what we're gonna do, but it'll definitely be in the next 2 days. And I'm gonna talk to those two of the shops about Nash and Pure Metals, see if I can get them hooked up.
Yeah. FG
What would
wants to
be
know
the
what would be the best
place?
place to stay.
Yeah, the show is at Tuscany.
It's pretty expensive though, isn't it?
I've never checked prices on it.
Yeah.
But if the price is right, Tuscany wouldn't be a bad place. I don't know if you're looking to do like what else you're looking to do, like if you're looking to do stuff on the strip or what you're looking to do, because Tuscany's a little bit off the strip. And for the most part, like to and from the coin show, I could probably work that out as far as transportation.
Yeah, I mean, as far as what I would say, anything on the south end of the strip, from like Caesars down, I would think, right? Valley, Caesars, all that is going to be pretty damn close to where Tuscany is.
Yeah, Yeah,
You know.
that's like the north end, sort of north.
Well, I don't know. Is it?
That's
That's kind of
oh,
like midway, isn't it?
yeah, maybe midway because I think like south. I think like Mandalay Bay, MGM, Tropicana.
Well,
That's like south.
what used to be the Tropicana.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like New York, and then you got Cosmo and all those areas.
Excalibur,
Right.
Luxor, Park.
Yep. Any of those hotels would do, though. I mean, it's literally a $6 Uber over there.
Yeah, and as long as I'll probably, I mean, I might take that depending on what we end up doing. If we do get a table or whatever, maybe I'll take a couple of those days off and take the time off work and just do the show instead. The hell with it.
Yeah. Hell
Have
yeah.
some fun.
Yeah, we can. It would be cool to get a group of people together and just chill.
Yeah, and they
I mean,
feed
it's
you.
like you feel like you know everybody, but it's like you don't know what anybody looks like. I would run into people. I mean, I know what you look like, but everybody else, it's like, well, I know what B. Taylor looks like because I see it in his photo there.
You know what Nash looks like.
His eyes
That's
shut
true.
down.
We know what Nash looks like. Who else do we know?
Nash said that the Tuscany's only $69 a night.
Oh, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's a good
Because I'll
deal.
tell you what, that's a really nice hotel for that money.
I don't think they have. I don't think it's anything fancy like a pool or anything. But hell,
No,
you're right there at the
cool
coin shop.
stuff.
They got a little casino if that's what you want, and they're not far from the strip if you want to go down to the strip,
Yeah.
and not far from
Sure,
downtown
sort of
either
cool.
if you want to do like the downtown madness. He says that's tonight's rate. Who knows about the coin show? Yeah. They got pools. See, Nash is already checking it out.
Yeah. Oh no, they definitely have pools. I remember seeing the pools
Huh?
because when we met up with
Right there.
LDS over there, we went around the side part of the hotel, and there was a pool over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cartier, you can come. Oh, meet up with the Florida friends. Cartier keeps wanting to meet up with the Florida peoples. That's true.
I know we got to do that, but you know what? Like I said, Cartier, we got to pick a coin show or something where we're kind of like everybody's going to be into it. We can go do a little coin shopping. I think a coin shop might be tough.
I'm leaving you with my brother for a minute. I gotta take a run. I gotta run for a minute. Talk to my brother.
Okay, you got it. You got it. So, Great Lakes Joe, are you going to come out in October?
I wish I could. I wish I could.
Well, why can't you?
I don't know.
October is your off season, dude. I already know that.
No, not quite. Not quite. Oh, that's like right when I get busy putting boats away
Oh,
for the
winterizing, right?
Yeah, we got to pull boats out of the water and winterize them and shrink wrap them and all that fun stuff. Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, because I guess maybe if it was like November or December, that would already
December.
be over.
Yeah, December, January, February. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Vegas always posts. Well, I don't know if he posts it. He doesn't post it. He sends it to me. I consider everything we do. It's like, public, but it's not. He's always sending me pictures of stuff that you pick up. You pick up some really cool stuff, man.
Oh yeah. So I got Vegas started. It was almost probably going on 2 years ago now. Yeah, I think. And
Yeah.
I was like, hey, check out my new hobby. Let me show you what I'm into. And I was showing him some silver, and I was first learning about it too. And so he took it and ran with it. So I think that's super cool. And I think he'll give me credit for it, but I was the one that said, hey man, you got the time. You could do YouTube, man. I said, you could do it.
Yeah.
So he did that too. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. I do
so
have some spots, and I'm going to take them tomorrow. So one place is not too far, and that's more of a premium spot. They have some really nice stuff. That's the Vault.
Yeah, he talks about the Vault. Is that the one where you could buy meat, guns, and coins?
Yes, and I was working one day. I was hauling a boat out of storage back towards the lake, and I heard a commercial on the radio for the place, and I'm like, wow. So I recorded it on my phone, and I sent it to my brother, and I said, hey, I got to go check this place out. And so, yeah, You walk in and you can buy local farm raised beef. You can order like a quarter, half of beef, whatever, or you can just buy individual stuff. And then they do guns downstairs, and upstairs is gold and silver.
Yeah.
And they just added another spot downstairs where they sell like big, nice, fancy safes. I haven't really checked it out yet, but yeah, and they're pretty cool people in there. They've got a huge selection now, I think, compared to what they originally had. But then, ironically, I have another spot that's a pawn shop, and like right now, they're doing 99-cent over spot.
Right.
And they got their little bargain box, shoe box. It's full of stuff.
Yeah.
And they have vintage rounds in there for 99 cents over spot. They sell them as generic silver. So and they got the same price for generic bars too. And they have some cool older vintage 10-ounce and 5-ounce bars. So it's a pawn shop, but that's what it's always their generic stuff's always $1, usually $1.50 over spot. But I think right now they're overloaded with it. I went there like a week ago and I was like, holy cow, they had Engelhard rounds in there. I just picked up a cool, I got some A-Mark rounds.
I saw the A-Mark, yeah.
They have a bunch of cool stuff. Just for their generic price, 99-cent over spot. So
yeah, I think people overlook pawn shops because they think like it's a ripoff, but I got a pawn shop by me. Now, the guy I was talking to him the other day, he goes, I said, do you ever get any, key date Morgans and this and that? And he goes, key date? He goes, I don't care what the date is. I pay, this is what I pay, and I put it in the counter. I don't even look at the date.
yeah, so that's where I think sometimes at your pawn shops, you're going to find some cool vintage stuff like that because they don't even care. As long as they get their money for it, they don't care what it is, to where if it was an actual LCS or a coin shop, they know what they have, so they're going to mark it up,
Yeah, I actually found an 1884S, which is a fairly key date Morgan, in one of their, pawn shop bargain bins. It was nicely toned in fairly decent shape, but it's an 1884S, and that's fairly key date.
I don't know my dates on my Morgans, but when I first started buying silver, I went to my closer pawn shop and they had some pretty good deals, and I bought some stuff, and I thought I bought a buffalo or an eagle. I thought I bought an eagle because I didn't know what I was doing yet, but I bought some Morgans. And then come to find out, I took them to an actual coin shop, and one of them, I don't remember what it was, 1889 or 18 something like that. But
Morgan's. There's
you got some good ones. I like when you were doing your that for your tip.
Oh yeah. I haven't done one of them in a while.
I know. That was super cool.
It gets expensive.
Yeah.
Every time I see one of those servers, like we went to the Mexican place the other day and we had that same dude. It was at least 6-8 months ago. And my wife asked him, she's like, do you still have your coin? He goes, oh yeah, I still got that. I ain't going nowhere.
Nice.
So that Morgan had an eagle on the back of it. It looks kind of like the sort of like the American Silver Eagle, the older ones. So
Robert Wojciechowski, Death from Below, he says he doesn't know about Michigan City, but he's been to the coin shop in Mishawaka growing up. I believe it's in South Bend is the one I'm going to this week coming up. I don't know if it's Mishawaka or South Bend. It's the same. That area is the same to me. I don't know where the lines cross, but I'll be at a coin shop there sometime this week.
now I thought you were going to shop in Valparaiso or something.
Yeah, the vault is in Valpo. Yep.
I got you. Okay.
Which is about 20 minutes. It's between here and Chicago.
Chicago.
Chicago, yeah.
That's my brother and I. We go to that one, and then we hit up his pawn shop. And then when I stay where my folks are, then I hit that one in South Bend, Mishawaka area.
Nice. Are you going to be making any content, coin shop content, or what's the deal?
I do have opportunity to. I know both shops. The Vault, they said anytime I wanted to, and so did the other one, Casper's in South Bend, Mishawaka area. They both told me before that they would do content anytime I want. So
Right.
I'll take advantage of
No,
that.
Joe doesn't want to share the name of the pawn shop because he doesn't want people going in there stealing his good deal.
Yeah.
So we
It's
won't
just
even
one.
ask you, Joe.
It's one. It's called the Port, Indiana. So I don't know how many people in this area anyway, and there's plenty of pawn shops
It's just
out
in
here.
a bear pawn. Yeah, it's just a pawn shop. But yeah, my closest pawn shop, they don't have they have nowhere near the selection and not quite as good of prices. So
Yeah.
just take a little bit of a drive. But yeah.
Yep. Hey, while you're out there, you should have hooked up with B. Taylor, man. I know B. Taylor is down south, though, right?
That's about he's on like the Kentucky border. That's probably about 5 hours.
Well,
Oh, yeah. Even from where your folks are?
Yeah, we're the farthest north you can get, and he's probably about the farthest south you can get.
it's from like 3 hours north of Indianapolis.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is where we are right now. So we're like as far north as you can go in Indiana, right on the southern tip of Lake Michigan.
Yeah,
And so
Kentucky border.
we're in a cool spot. We're like 45 minutes from Chicago, and then you go the other direction, and I'm about 15 minutes from the Michigan state line. So
Yep. And I could hear it in your voice. You got a little bit of that Chicago accent.
That's from his customers.
Is it?
I figured you guys would have it all worked out where he comes out in October.
Who? Great Lakes
Yeah.
Joe?
Yeah.
that's how we
I
start talking.
told him. I said he's got to come out. He says he's too busy that time of year.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's
it's a weekend. You can come on a weekend.
Yeah.
He's busy 8 days a week at that time of year because everybody's trying to get their obviously he does boats, and they're trying to get their boats put up and out of water and winterized for the winter.
Yeah.
We need a longer season.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that. Maybe we'll get an early winter, and you'll be done with all that crap by then.
Yeah.
You never know.
I just moved down to Florida.
You could do that as well because we got a 12-month boat season.
You got boats everywhere.
Oh my
That's
God, you have no
seawater.
idea, man.
That salt water
Everywhere.
probably tears them up too.
Hey, listen, creates more work.
Yeah, absolutely.
The only thing
Yeah.
that's ever kept me here is Lake Michigan. So
Well, I can't blame you for that. That's a beautiful area there, right there. But if you ever do decide to move down to Florida, man, there's more boats than people. So,
yes. Yeah.
and it's, like I said, it's 12 months a year.
Well, I told Vegas he has an opportunity to make a couple videos. So maybe that'll get him motivated to start making a few more videos again.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. When was the last video? Was it about 4 weeks ago now?
At least about a month.
No, mine was like the only thing that I put out was I put out clips of the Silverstruck show. I think today I put one out. I put
You
one
put
out
one
today.
out today. Yeah,
Yeah.
you had one out today. I was watching it.
Yep. I mean,
It
it was
was a big-
3 minutes and 37 seconds, but hey, listen. I think I made that video. I opened up. That was the guy, the guy I bought that Morgan from.
Yeah, that dude's a knucklehead.
Oh, dude is cool though, man. I like him.
He's funny. Speaking of funny, I made a little comment on somebody's videos, and they made a comment back. So it would be interesting. It would be an interesting guest for sure.
Was that today?
No, like yesterday or the day before.
Did you send me a screenshot of it?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
that would be a good
Yes, I
one.
know exactly who you're talking about.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, that
Did you
would
say
be a
that?
good one, friendo.
my brother just said that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he was trying not to say it.
Well, listen, I mean, you can drop some hints every once in a while.
I mean, It is what it is, you know. Yes, I try. Everybody knows that we've been trying to get Thousandaire Radio.
That guy's funny.
He is.
I like his style.
It'd be interesting to get him on a live stream to see if he can maintain the funniness.
Well, that's true. I mean, you know, anybody can be funny in a 3-second burst, right? Especially if you can refilm it 3 or 4 times.
He's got some AI songs on there now that are funny.
Oh, does he?
He put it like at the
You know, I
beginning
gotta
and
be
the end
honest,
of
I
his
don't watch
video.
all of his stuff, but once in a while I'll catch his stuff.
Yeah, I haven't. I honestly, and sorry, chat, but I haven't watched too much of anybody's content lately. I do try and catch up on it when I can, but
It's like your content watching changes like your stacking changes.
yeah,
That's
Right?
a good point.
yeah.
Yeah, that is
You know,
true.
my stacking kind of changes, you know, and uh
It gets hard. There's a lot of channels out there, and there's a lot of content that's being put out there,
Oh,
and it
yeah.
gets overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah, no, it's like I don't even know how many people I follow, but it's got to be 1,000 people. And how can you possibly watch 1,000 people's content? You can't.
Yeah, and I apologize for people if you're offended that I haven't watched your content, but it's no offense. I don't even make my own, so to watch content is I do when I have time, and if I do have time and watch it, I always watch it all the way through. I always leave a comment and always leave a thumbs up. So
Yep.
I'm not just a poke in and poke out. So I do try and get to everybody's content, but it's rough. I'm sure everybody understands that.
Oh no, I can relate for sure.
I
Definitely.
watch more in the wintertime when I have more time. You know.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Matt Wing, thanks for stopping in. Says he's got to go. Great stream. Good night, y'all. Whoa, bless you. Green out. You all right?
She'll be all right.
Sorry.
I said Gesundheit.
Oh my God.
Bless you.
So I got to catch up on the chat too here. Let's see.
You got B Taylor says, oh yeah, gotta live the life, got a life to live. Mad Wings gotta go. Cartier Silver's cooking, chasing cheddar. Chasing cheddar with Curtis says, hey Cartier. Chris in Virginia's hanging out. SGT, good to see you. Sherry Ward, chasing cheddar, Matt Wing, FG. The Death from Below, Robert Wachowski. William Brett says he was working, I believe. I think I caught up with most people.
Yeah. Now chasing cheddar, right? Is that somebody new? Because it doesn't. I don't know that one. I gotta look.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't have my sources, man. I'm all on the phone right now.
Yeah. I gotta look that one up because that name doesn't sound familiar unless it's somebody changed their name.
They do that sometimes. I think I've seen that before.
Yeah.
Robert Wachowski says, is that the South Shore train you hear in the background? Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
That is the South Shore train that was in the background.
Nice.
It runs.
Does that
It
run
runs
right
from-
along the shore of the lake?
It runs from South Bend through here and into Chicago.
Now, is that a people train or a freight?
People.
Oh, okay.
Is that South Shore or Amtrak?
South Shore.
No, South Shore.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
The commuter train. They just put in a new track that'll run from. You can get from here to Chicago in an hour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, commuter train. It's an electric train.
It used to be like if you took the train from here to Chicago, it'd take like 2 to 3 hours because there's so many stops.
Right.
But now they're trying to run it. They're trying to turn this city into a little suburb.
Yeah. Well, they just put some like medium, I wouldn't say high speed, but medium speed kind of rail in by us. But there's only like 4 stops. And it's like, what, every town was bitching that they didn't want to stop. And I'm like, why don't you want to stop? I mean, it would be nice if you could jump on a train right here in Stewart and be in Miami in an hour and 15 minutes. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Not
They're
that I'm
putting
a
up.
big Miami guy, but you know, it's like there are a lot of people that would be into it. You know.
Yeah, they're putting a high speed in Vegas.
Yeah.
That's gonna run to California. That'll be
Yeah.
woohoo.
Same company. Where it's a Brightline, and that's who's doing our trains here at Brightline.
Oh, it's they got what you call it. Elon Musk stuff is the one drilling the tunnel, I think.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. The
Oh no, that's
board.
the Vegas. That's a train in Vegas they're gonna do.
Haven't they been working on a high-speed train in California for like 20 years?
Well, that's the one you're thinking that's going LA to Sacramento, I think.
They're
Yeah,
all
I don't think that one ever panned out. It was like $15 billion and they laid like a mile of track.
Yeah, a lot of people's pockets.
Yeah, exactly. But what's his name? Gavin Newsom just bought a $28 million house.
rough life.
How'd that happen?
Gavin Newsom.
Yeah,
He
Newsom.
probably ain't getting much for that though either.
I call him Gavin Gruesome.
Gavin Newsom.
He ain't getting much for that money nowadays.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, not in California. It'll get you a shack down by the beach.
Yeah.
Unreal. Don't know quite how that works, but all right, listen, you sound tired. I'm tired. We've been on for 2 hours. What do you
Well,
say?
thanks for holding it down. Thanks for dropping me in a link. Thank you everybody for being here. Chris in Virginia, Cartier Silver, Chase and Chetta, Bullion Brett, Robert Wasiskowski, Death from Below, aka B Taylor, Matt Wing, SGT, FG, all the initials.
Beer
Any
metal,
other initial? I feel like I'm talking to the government.
right?
CIA, FBI, FG,
OC,
BT.
Jane.
AJ.
To the JOE.
Hey man, thanks for ripping off the chat. You are definitely the man when it comes to that. I'm terrible at that. So thanks for coming in. Appreciate you interrupting your vacation.
Thanks
And
for letting
great
Great
show.
Lakes chime.
Good
Yeah,
talking to you as well.
thanks for letting me chime in.
No worries, mate. Anytime.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging. Nash, I'm gonna get a hold of you probably within the next couple of days. I'll send you a text. I know you don't really read your text messages, and you go to what is that, Discord?
Discord?
So I'll message you there too. So see if I can drum you up some business.
All right. Good night, gents.
Thank you, ladies, gentlemen. Appreciate it. Enjoy your week.
Take it
John
easy.
Brookside.
Catch you on the flip side, he said. I cut him off. Sorry, guys. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to say, hey, thanks everybody for coming in here tonight, supporting me, being alone. I was a little bit kind of bummed out that Vegas couldn't be on, but Dub C did a great job as usual. Thank you everybody for coming in. Appreciate you all. All right. I guess that's it. We're about 2 hours into it. I'm going to say goodnight. Vegas already called everybody out. Thank you. Average Joe out.